Page 46.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a very important lady. Why must I not marry Karen?
Because there is something wrong with Karen, something horrible.
The doorbell is heard to ring loud and long.
I don't think they can allow you to say things like that.
I have good reason for saying it. Who's that?
Mrs. Tilford, Agatha. Is she in?
Shilpa, read for Agatha.
Yes, ma'am. Come on in.
I won't have her here.
What are you talking about?
I won't have her here.
Then you don't want me here either.
Turns to face Karen, who with Martha has rushed in.
Darling, what?
Karen stops when she sees him, puts her hand over her eyes.
Is it a joke, Joe?
We've come to find out what you're doing.
What is it?
It's crazy. It's crazy. What did she do it for?
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
You shouldn't have come here.
What is all this? What's happened?
I tried to reach you. Hasn't she told you?
Nobody told me anything. I haven't heard anything, but why talk? What is it, Karen?
She starts to speak, then dumbly shakes her head.
What's happened, Mata?
An insane asylum has been let loose. How do we know what's happened?
What was it?
We didn't know what it was. Nobody would talk to us. Nobody would tell us anything.
I'll tell you. You see if you can make any sense out of it. At dinner time, Mrs. Munn's chauffeur said that Evelyn must be sent home right away. At 7:30, Mrs. Burton arrived to tell us that she wanted Helen's things packed and that she'd wait outside because she didn't want to enter a place like ours. 5 minutes later, the Wells' butler came for Rosalie.
What was it?
It was a madhouse. People rushing in and out, the children being pushed into cars.
Mrs. Rogers finally told us
What? What?
that Martha and I are in love with each other. In love with each other. Mrs. Tilford told them.
Cardin, for a moment, stands staring at her incredulously. Then he walks across the room, stares out of the window, and finally turns to Mrs. Tilford.
Did you tell them that?
Yes.
Are you sick?
You know I am not sick.
Then what did you do it for?
Because it's true.
You think it's true? Then,
You fool, you damned vicious.
do you realize what you're saying?
I realize it very well. And
You realize nothing. Nothing.
And that's why I don't think you should have come here. I shall not call you names, and I will not allow you to call me names. It comes to this. I can't trust myself to talk about it with you now or ever.
What's she talking about, Joe? What's she mean? What is she trying to do to us? What is everybody doing to us?
Pushed around. We're being pushed around by crazy people.
Shakes herself slightly.
That's an awful thing. And we're standing here.
Cardin puts his arm around Karen, walks with her to the window. They stand there together.
We're standing here taking it. Didn't you know we'd come here? Where we're supposed to lie down and grin while you kicked us around with these lies.
This can't do any of us any good. Miss Dobie,
This can't do any of us any good. Listen, try to understand this. You're not playing with paper dolls. We're human beings, see? It's our lives you're fooling with. Our lives. That's serious business for us. Can you understand that?
I can understand that, and I understand a lot more. You've been playing with a lot of children's lives, and that's why I stopped you. I know how serious this is for you, how serious it is for all of us.
I don't think you do know.
I wanted to avoid this meeting because it can't do any good. You came here to find out if I had made this charge. You have found out. Let's end it here.
I don't want you in
I
this
don't
house.
want you in this house. I'm sorry. This had to be done to you, Joseph.
I don't like your sympathy.
Very well. There's nothing I mean to do. Nothing I want to do. There's nothing anybody can do.
You've already done a terrible thing.
I have done what I had to do. What they are may possibly be their own business. It becomes a great deal more than that when children are involved.
It's not true. Not a word of it is true. Can't you understand that?
There won't be any punishment for either of you. But there mustn't be any punishment for me either, and that's what this meeting is. This thing is your own. Go away with it. I don't understand it, and I don't want any part of it.
So you thought we would go away.
I think that's best for you.
There must be something we can do to you. And whatever it is, we'll find it.
That would be very unwise.
You're right to be afraid.
I'm not afraid, Karen.
But you are old and you are irresponsible.
You know that's not true.
I don't want to have anything to do with your mess. Do you hear me? It makes me feel dirty and sick to be forced to say this. But here it is. There isn't a single word of truth in anything you've said. We're standing here defending ourselves. And against what? Against a lie? A great, awful lie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I can't believe that.
Damn you.
But you can't believe this. They've worked 8 long years to save enough money to buy that farm, to start that school. They live without everything what that young people ought to have. You wouldn't know about that. That school meant things to them. Self-respect and bread and butter, an honest word. Do you know what it is to try so hard for anything? Well, now it's gone.
Suddenly hits the side of the table with his hand.
What the hell did you do it for?
It had to be done.
Righteousness is a great thing.
I know how you must feel.
You don't know anything about how I feel, and you don't know how they feel either.
I had loved you as much as I love my own boys. I wouldn't have spared them. I couldn't spare you.
I believe you.
What is there to do to you? What can we do to you? There must be something. Something that makes you feel the way we do tonight. You don't want any part of this, you said. But you'll get a part. More than you bargained for. Listen, are you willing to stand by everything you've said tonight?
Yes.
Alright, that's fine. Don't get the idea we'll let you whisper this lie. You made it and you'll come out with it. Shriek it to your town of Lancet. We'll make you shriek it. And we'll make you do it in a courtroom. Tomorrow, Mrs. Tilford, you will have a legal suit on your hands.
That will be very unwise.
Very unwise. For you.
It is you I am thinking of. I am frightened for you. It was wrong of you to brazen it out here tonight. It would be criminally foolish of you to brazen it out in public. That can bring you nothing but pain. I am an old woman, Miss Dobie, and I have seen too many people out of fright act on that pride. In the end, they punished themselves.
And you feel that you're too old to be punished. That we should spare you.
That you know, that is not what I meant.
So you took a child's word for it.
I knew it too.
That is really where you got it. I can't believe it couldn't be. Why? She's a child.
She's not a child any longer.
Oh my God. It all fits so well now. That girl has hated us for a long time. We never knew why. We never could find out. There didn't seem to be any reason.
There wasn't any reason. She hates everybody and everything.
You're Mary's strange girl. A bad girl. There's something very awful the matter with her.
I was waiting for you to say that, Miss Wright.
I'm telling you the truth. We should have told it to you long ago. It's no use.
Where is she? Bring her out here and let us hear what she has to say.
You cannot see her.
Where is she?
I won't have that, Joseph.
I'm going to talk to her.
You came here demanding.
I won't have her go through with that again.
I won't have her go through with that again. You came here demanding explanations. It was I who should have asked them from you. You attacked me, you attacked Mary. I had told you I didn't mean you any harm. I still don't. You claim that it isn't true. It may be natural that you should say that, but I know that it is true. No matter what you say, you know very well I wouldn't have acted until I was absolutely sure. All I wanted was to get those children away. That has been done. There won't be any talk about it or about you. I'll see to that. You have been in my house long enough. Get out.
The wicked very young and the wicked very old. Let's go home.
You understand the connotation here? The wicked very young, that is Mary. The wicked very old. Yeah. Do you, if you want, you can apply the principles of child psychology here. Why is Mary the way she is? We will talk about it later. Yeah. The way she is acting, the way she is spreading lies, only a very evil person would do that. But a very evil 12-year-old person, do we really have such people? What is Lillian Hellman trying to tell us here? Okay, that we have evil 12-year-old running around all over the place. Is that what she is telling us? What is there? What is it at the core of Mary's this very strange and extremely brutal behavior? We will talk about it, but I want you to start thinking along those lines. Yeah, please carry on.
Sit down. When two people come here with their lives spread on the table for you to cut to pieces, then the only honest thing to do is to give them a chance to come out whole. Are you honest?
I have always thought so.
Then where is Mary?
After a moment, she moves her head to door right. Quickly, Karin goes to the door and opens it.
Mary, come here.
After a moment, Mary appears, stands nervously near door. Her manner is shy and afraid.
Sit down, dear, and don't be afraid.
Make her tell the truth.
Look, everybody lies all the time. Sometimes they have to, sometimes they don't. I've lied myself for a lot of different reasons, and there was never a time when, if I'd been given a second chance, I wouldn't have taken back the lie and told the truth. You're lucky if you ever get that chance. I'm telling you this because I'm about to ask you a question. Before you answer the question, I want to tell you that if you have mistake, if you made a mistake, you must take this chance and say so. You won't be punished for it. You get all that?
Yes, cousin Joe.
All right, let's get started. Were you telling your grandmother the truth this afternoon? The exact truth about Miss Price and your story?
Oh, yes.
Karen sighs deeply. Martha, her fists closed tight, turns her back to the child. Karin smiles as he looks at Mary.
All right, Mary, that was your chance. You passed it up. Now let's find out things.
She's told you. Aren't you thorough?
Not by a long. Not by a long shot. You started something, and I'm going to finish it for you. Will you answer some more questions, Mary?
Yes, cousin.
Stop that sick, sweet tone.
Mrs. Tilford half rises. Karin motions her back.
Why don't you like Miss Dobby and Miss Wright?
Oh, I do like them. They just don't like me. They never.
How do you know?
They're always picking on me. They're always punishing me for everything that happens, no matter what happens. It's always me.
Why do you think that they do that?
Because they, Grandma,
Alright, we'll skip that. Did you get punished today?
yes. And it was just because Peggy and Edmund hurt them and so they took it out on me.
That's a lie.
Heard what, Mary?
Mrs. Motter told Miss Dobby that there was something funny about her. She said that she had a funny feeling about Miss Wright and Mrs. Motter said that it was very unnatural. That was why we got punished. Just because.
That was not the reason they got punished.
Miss Dobby,
My aunt is a stupid woman. What she said was unpleasant, was said to annoy me. Meant nothing more than that.
And cousin Joe, she said every time you came to the school, Miss Dobby got jealous and that she didn't want you to get married.
She said that too. For God's sake, can't you see what's happening? This child is taking little things, little family things and making them have meanings that...
Stopped suddenly, regards Mary with a combination of disgust and interest.
Where did you learn so much in so little time?
What do you think Miss Motter meant by all that, Mary?
stop it, Joseph.
I don't know, but it was always kind of funny and she always said things like that and all the girls would talk about it when Miss Dobby went and visited Miss Wright late at night.
And we go to the movies at night, and sometimes we read at night, and sometimes we drink tea at night. Those are guilty things too, Mrs. Tilford.
And there are always funny sounds and we'd stay awake and listen because we couldn't help hearing and I'd get frightened because the sounds were like...
Be still.
No. You don't want her still now. What else did you hear?
Grandma,
You're trying to make her name it, aren't you?
Go on.
I don't know. They were just sounds.
But what do you think they were? Why did they frighten you?
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
I saw things too. One night there was so much noise, I thought somebody was sick or something. And I looked through the keyhole and they were kissing and saying things. And then I got scared because it was different sort of... And
The child is sick.
Ask her again how she could see us.
How could you see Miss Dobby and Miss Wright?
Tell him what you whispered to me.
It was at night and I was leaning down by the keyhole.
There's no keyhole on my door.
What?
There is no keyhole on my door.
It wasn't her room, Grandma. It was the other room, I guess. It was Miss Dobby's room. I saw them through the keyhole in Miss Dobby's room.
How did you know anybody was in Miss Dobby's room?
I told you, because we heard them. Everybody heard them.
I share a room with my aunt. It's on the first floor at the other end of the house. It is impossible to hear anything from there. Tell her to come and see for herself.
What is this, Mary? Why did you say you saw through a keyhole? Can you hear from your room?
Everybody is yelling at me. I don't know what I'm saying with everybody mixing me up. I did see it. I did see it.
What did you see? Where did you see it? I want the truth now. The truth. Whatever it is.
We can go home. We're finished here. It's not a pleasant place to be.
Stop that crying. Mary, stand up.
Mary gets up, heads down, still crying hysterically. Mrs. Stilford goes and stands directly in front of her.
I want the truth.
All right.
What is the truth?
It was Rosalie who said it. I just said it was me so I wouldn't have to tackle on Rosalie.
Oh my God.
It was Rosalie, Grandma. She told us all about it. She said she heard about it in a book. She said she read about it in a book and she knew. You ask Rosalie, you just ask Rosalie. She'll tell you, we used to talk about it all the time. That's the truth, that's the honest truth. She said it was when the door was opened once and she told us all about it. I was trying to save Rosalie and everybody jumps on.
Please, wait a minute. Rosalie,
You're giving yourself an awful beating, Amelia, and you deserve whatever you got.
I
Mrs.
don't-
Stilford stands waiting for Rosalie, passes her hand over her face.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. Maybe it's what I do deserve.
As Rosalie, frightened, appears at the door, making bows to everybody, she takes the child gently by the hand, brings her down center, talking nervously.
I'm sorry to keep you up so late, Rosalie. You must be tired. Mary says there's been a lot of talk in the school lately about Miss Wright and Miss Dobie. Is that true?
Lisa,
I don't know what you mean.
That things have been said among you girls.
What things? I
Don't be frightened.
What was that talk about, Rosalie?
don't know what she means, Miss Wright.
Rosalie, Mary has told her grandmother that certain things at schools have been puzzling you girls. You particularly.
History puzzles me, I guess. I'm not very good at history, and Helen helps me sometimes. If that,
No, that's not what she meant. She says that you told her that you saw certain acts between Miss Dobie and myself. She says that once, when the door was open, you saw us kissing each other in a way that
unable to bear the child's look, she turns her back.
women don't kiss one another.
oh, Miss Wright, I didn't. I never said such a thing.
That's true, my dear.
I never saw any such thing. Mary always makes things up about me and everybody else. I never said any such thing ever. Why? I never even could have thought of.
Yes, you did, Rosalie. You're just trying to get out of it. I remember just when you said it. I remember it because it was the day Helen Burton's bracelet was.
I never did. You're just.
It was the day Helen's bracelet was stolen and nobody knew who did it. And Helen said that if her mother found out, she'd have the thief put in jail.
Karen, puzzled as are the others by the sudden change in Rosalie's manner.
There's nothing to cry about. You must help us by telling the truth. Why? What's the matter, Rosalie?
Grandma, there's something I've got to tell you.
Yes, I did see it. I told Mary. What Mary said was right. I said it.
Throws herself on the couch, weeping hysterically. Martha stands leaning against the door. Karen, Karin and Mrs. Stilford are staring at Rosalie. Mary slowly sits down as the curtain falls. Okay, let's have a discussion over this. What is the highlight of this second act?
The act of interrogation.
Act of interrogation, okay. Do you think, again I am extremely interested in Mary's character, so I will keep coming back to that how could a child be that insidious, okay, it's almost like with satanic determination she destroys. But the play has been critiqued once upon a time about the way it has been, the plot has been constructed, that it is just not possible for a bunch of grown-ups to get swayed by a mere child's lie. So how do we respond to that sort of criticism?
And it's the particular kind of accusation that is being made that sort of dissolves any rational critique about it.
Okay.
So yeah, like for similarly in Makati or on those places, if you say somebody is a communist, nobody would question that.
Yes.
Like if somebody says you are not anti-national at this point in India, you will just be put in jail. Nobody will ask questions. Nobody will wonder whether that's true or not. If that accusation is made, yes, it's true. But
Yes. Okay, so it's the kind, I mean, we were just talking about in the previous classes, we were talking about that how homosexuality or any accusation of homosexuality was enough to finish off anyone, and people were ostracized, and they were, if they were in jobs, they were stripped of their jobs, and if they were in a society, in a locality, in a community, then they would be completely ostracized, cut off from the society. At times, they were even beaten up, okay, for this crime of, so-called crime of homosexuality. So perhaps Mary and other children could have read these things in the newspapers around them. Quite possible. Okay. So this is possible because these children are reading, I mean, we read all kinds of news around us. The other day I read something very interesting about two grown-up boys who are so engrossed in video gaming, okay, that they don't have bath, they don't even get up, they don't eat, they don't take bath, they have stopped going to the college. Not in our country, somewhere outside, yeah. So they are so much addicted to it. So these are the kinds of stories that naturally attract people. Such kinds of acts of aberrations are happening all around us. So perhaps they have also got, but yes, being a playwright, of course, she wouldn't refer to all those things, but how does she understand so much? And exactly she understands that what kind of accusation would lead these people into trouble. But my question is that, but awareness of this thing is one thing, but why is Mary so full of hatred? Why is Mary so much full of hatred? I mean, she's a pampered child. All these girls, Rosalie and Evelyn, they have so much. We have been given enough information about them. You know, they have bracelets, and they have chauffeurs, and they have butlers and whatnot, and they have housekeepers. So in those societies, only the very rich people can afford such kinds of services and help. So when people are so rich, and these people are so well off and so privileged, so what fills Mary with this kind of animosity, hatred, resentment, call it whatever? What could possibly? Just because I have asked you that you came late for the class, get out. I mean, would you go around spreading rumors about your teacher? Perhaps yes, teacher is bad tempered, but why does she go to such extent?
It seems like it's her nature. She's a very intelligent child, very pampered, and she's unable to get along with the normal way things are done. I don't know if there's any extraneous explanation for it.
I think it's like a human tendency, like it's very natural in the way that you are self-defensive, and also you tend to go against people who do not who do not agree to what you want to do. So and hatred, I don't know, I don't think really that she hates anybody. There's no reason to.
There's no reason to hate, but the way she goes after these two women, and knowing exactly what kind of allegation or accusation is going to nail them or finish them. I mean, even if we hate somebody extremely, I mean, they haven't really done anything to deserve this kind of punishment.
I'm not sure she realizes the potential of what she's done.
Okay.
For her, it's just something that a stone she's found and she's throwing it at somebody who's hurt her.
Okay.
It's that basic. Here, I mean, she knows
She
maybe.
doesn't know how much damage it
Yeah,
would cause
she
to
knows
the.
a little bit maybe okay this is bad and they will get them hurt. But I don't think she realizes the potential of what she's
At one point, she really debases Rosalie. You remember that is from now onwards you are going to
Yeah.
be. Yeah. Do you think that is also she is not really aware of what she is doing? I think she's in complete control of her senses and consciousness. But to debase a friend like this, that you know I have caught you doing this, now you are completely in my control. You are going to do whatever yours. I want you to do.
That's interesting because the way she terms it, it's not control or slavery. It will be you are my knight or something. She says.
No,
Vassal,
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 yeah.
something like that. I am the knight and you are the vassal.
Nah.
Things like
Vessel is complete subjugation.
No, it's-
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all even that part is romanticized as a child's story. So,
But that's what children read.
Yeah, so that's what-
our generation children, I mean, children my son's age, they read Harry Potter and Percy Jackson and related stories. So that's what the mythical elements are so contemporarized for them. So they fail to distinguish between what is real, what is mythology, what is contemporary, right? So that's what is happening. So perhaps in her mind also that too much of a romantic imagination. But could there be another? I'm now drawing your attention to the role of family as a structure, as a societal structure. Do you think she's a child who has been brought up without parents? Yeah, and by a doting grandmother. Do you think that grandmother has something to do with the way Mary has turned out to be?
Yeah, I don't think she's evil necessarily. I think she just wants to stay at home with her grandmother. And she finds that making this accusation will keep her home and she won't have to go to school after this. And I think she just thoughtlessly goes ahead with the lie because now that she said it, she can't take it back.
Yeah, so don't you think that there is another reason to point or to accuse grandmother of giving over attention or excessive attention? She never let go of her grandmother's apron strings. Perhaps she wants to be back, but because she has been indulged so much, because she has been showered with so much of attention, yeah, that she has been told that it's all right to do whatever you want to do. There has been no control. So we are looking at that kind of a personality. Yeah. So to some extent, I think it's the playwright's intention to implicate the grandmother as well. Okay, grandmother is not just an innocent bystander here.
But I feel that none of these, what we discussed taken singly can account for
Her behavior.
her planned acts. So like we discussed the talented Mr. Ripley in another class. There's no real explanation for the way he acts at the end of the day. It's some sort of personality disorder perhaps. And I think what the playwright is trying to say is that the pathology here is not in their homosexuality, but the origin is elsewhere. But that is never examined. Nobody ever, when they keep saying there's something wrong with this child, we need to speak to her, but it is not even taken into account. But it's constantly that the homosexuality is accused as unnatural or whatever. So that's,
I think it's also the stubbornness which you can draw parallels between Ripley and the child, because she started something off and she doesn't want to waver from it. I'm going to stick to it no matter
Yeah,
what.
that's what he says. I mean, once you start off something,
Yeah.
there's no going back, because you're playing with fire and you have started a dangerous game. There's no going back, because going back is just going to lead you into trouble.
That's exactly how lying works anyway. If
Yeah.
you tell one lie, you cannot open it. You have
Open,
to-
yeah, and that too a lie of such
Yeah.
a nature.
And that too in front of all these people.
That too in front of all your teachers, your friends. So a child's psychology, I mean, they are very intuitive and they also have this innate sense of self-preservation. Yeah, so they know how to save themselves. So they will lie and they lie and they lie. But I think Lillian Hellman is also implicating the elders in a society. So who are the elders? Now we were situating this in context with the entire atmosphere of lying and accusation in the post, or not in the post, but in the Cold War America, okay, where people were accused of being communists. We are not talking about McCarthy. Senator McCarthy burst on the scene rather late, not when the play was written, okay, but when the play was written, the winds of terror rather, they had already started, okay, that we are going to, anyone can accuse anyone of being a communist and ruin the person. So perhaps what Lillian Hellman is trying to do is situate, because she was also one of the accused later on as one of those anti-national, anti-American writers, and more importantly her partner, she had a relationship with the great Dashiell Hammett. Dashiell Hammett is the writer of the Maltese Falcon. He was a Pulp Fiction noir writer. He also worked on several noir films. Those who are interested in detective fiction may want to look at the works of Dashiell Hammett. So they were in a relationship, and Dashiell Hammett was actually imprisoned for anti-American acts, okay, for harboring communist feelings, for speaking out against the country. So you are right. Whatever is happening now, okay, that was happening there. So what she is trying to do, so Lillian Hellman had been, she had anticipated the McCarthy madness, and that Dashiell Hammett, and when Lillian Hellman were living, the time when the play was written, things had started happening. I mean, the fire had already started. It was later when Dashiell Hammett was imprisoned. But what she is trying to do is that there will always be a fringe group, and Mary represents, or children represent, that kind of a fringe group. So you can read it as a metaphor. There will always be a metaphor, there will always be a fringe group that will indulge in such mischief, but it is the elders, and here she implicates the government, the judiciary, the executive, all those, the powers that be. So Mrs. Tilford and the other elders, they represent the state, the judiciary, the media perhaps, okay. So that's something. So it's not just Mrs. Tilford versus children or Karen and Martha, there's something more. And then the final act, the final confession that yes, I did have lesbian feelings towards you. That's what Martha confesses. Yeah, that can also have another reading, that yes, there were people who harbored communist feelings, but they were not necessarily anti-national. Just by harboring, just by wishing someone dead, okay, I wish you, yeah, you are not going to actually, you cannot be accused of actually murdering someone. Yeah. In our anger, in a fit of temper, we say these things, many things to many people, but everything you cannot be tried for everything that you say. That's the idea. So again, Martha's confession that yes, I did have feelings for you, I am in love with you, okay, I never admitted it. That can be read as people who were actually, because when people were accused of being communists, yes, they were attending meetings. There was a thing called the group theatre. There was a thing called Federal Theatre Project, okay, where all these people would come and read Russian works, Russian masters, invite people from across Europe and have intellectual discussions on various forms of government. Yeah. So those things were very much there. We were talking about Sergei Eisenstein the other day. Yeah. So just inviting Sergei Eisenstein for a meeting would amount to, or would account for being a communist, and being a communist would account for being anti-national, being an anti-national element. Yeah. So that's how we have to approach the play. All right. At the unities, I was drawing your attention to the unities earlier. So look at the unities again at the same time. The room has changed. It is not dirty, but it is dull and dark and uncared for. The windows are tightly shut, the curtains tightly drawn. Karen is sitting in a large chair, right center, feet flat on floor. Martha is lying on the couch, her face buried against the pillows, her back to Karen. It is a minute or two after the rise of the curtain before either speaks.
Cold in here.
Yes.
What time is it?
I don't know. What's the difference?
None. I was hoping it was time for my bath.
Take it early today.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I look forward all day to that bath. It's my last touch with the full life. Makes me feel important to know that there's one thing ahead of me, one thing I've got to do. You ought to get yourself something like that. Tell you at 5 o'clock every day, you comb your hair. How's that? It's better for you, take my word. You wake up in the morning and you say to yourself, the day's not entirely empty. Life is rich and full. At 5 o'clock, I'll comb my hair.
They fall back into silence. A moment later, the phone rings. Neither of them pays the slightest attention to it, but the ringing becomes too insistent. Karen rises, takes the receiver off, goes back to her chair and sits down.
It's raining.
Hungry?
No. You?
No, but I'd like to be hungry again. Remember how much we used to eat at college?
That was 10 years ago.
Well, maybe you'll be hungry in another 10 years. It's cheaper this way.
What's the old thing about time being more nourishing than bread?
Yeah? Maybe.
Joe's late today. What time is it?
We've been sitting here for 8 days asking each other the time. Haven't you heard there isn't any time anymore?
It's been days since we've been out of this house.
Well, we'll have to get off these chairs sooner or later. In a couple of months, they'll need dusting.
What will we do when we get off?
God knows.
It's awful.
Let's not talk about it. What about eggs for dinner?
Alright.
I'll make some potatoes with onions, the way you used to like them.
It's a week ago Thursday. It never seemed real until the last day. It seems real enough now, alright.
Now and forever after.
Let's go out.
Where to?
We'll take a walk.
Where will we walk?
Why shouldn't we take a walk? We won't see anybody, and suppose we do, what of it? We'll just...
Come on. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Come on. We'll go through the park.
They might see us.
They stand looking at her.
Let's not go.
Martha goes back, lies down again.
We'll go tomorrow.
Stop kidding yourself.
But Joe says we've got to go out. He says that all the people who think it's true will begin to wonder if we keep hiding this way.
It makes you feel better to think that there are such people. Go ahead.
He says we ought to go into town and go shopping and act as though...
Shopping? That's a sound idea. There aren't 3 stores in Lansing that would sell us anything.
Now you then be completely ostracized. They wouldn't be even attended to in shops. Okay? They would be turned out of shops. Yes.
Hasn't he heard about the ladies' clubs and their meetings and their circulars and their visits and their...
Yeah, so ladies' clubs are circulating these notices typically. Yeah, that some women should be destroyed. Yeah.
Don't tell him.
I won't.
There are footsteps in the hall and the sound of something being dragged.
There's our friend.
A grocery boy appears lugging a box. He brings it into the room, stands staring at them, giggles a little, walks towards Karen, stops, examines her. She sits tense, looking away from him. Without taking his eyes from Karen, he speaks. Ram?
Yeah.
Grocery boy.
I knocked on the kitchen door but nobody answered.
You said that yesterday. Alright, thanks. Goodbye.
Make him stop it.
Here are the things.
Giggles, moves towards Martha, stands looking at her. Suddenly Martha thrusts her hand in the air.
I've got 8 fingers, see? I'm a freak.
There's a car coming here.
Gets no answer, starts backing out of door, still looking familiarly.
Goodbye.
Exits.
You still think we should go into town?
I don't know. I don't know about anything anymore. Martha, Martha, Martha.
What does it get?
What are we going to do? It's all so cold and unreal, and It's like that dark hour of the night when half awake you struggle through the black mess you've been dreaming. Then suddenly you wake up and you see your own bed or your own nightgown and you know you're back again in a solid world. But now it's all the nightmare. There is no solid world. Oh Martha, why did it happen? What happened? What are we doing here like this?
Waiting.
For what?
I don't know.
We've got to get out of this place. I can't stand it anymore.
You'll be getting married soon. Everything will be alright again. Then.
Yes.
What is it?
Nothing.
There mustn't be anything wrong between you and Joe. Never.
Nothing's wrong.
As footsteps are heard in the hall, her face lights up.
There's Joe now.
Mrs. Mortar, small suitcase in hand, stands in the doorway, her face pushed coyly forward. Bhargavi, read for Mrs. Mortar.
And here I am. Hello, hello.
She has been put out, she's back again. Huh? She has turned over her back and is staring at her aunt. She speaks to Karen.
The Duchess, isn't it? Returned at long last. Come on in. We're delighted to see you. Are you tired from your journey? Is there something I can get you?
I'm very glad to see you both. And I'm very glad to see the old place again. How is everything?
Everything's fine. We're splendid, thank you. You're just in time for tea.
You know, I should like some tea if it isn't too much for me.
No trouble at all. Some small sandwiches and a little brandy.
Why, Martha?
Where the hell have you been?
Around. I had a most interesting time.
Why didn't you answer my telegram?
Things have changed in the theatre. Drastically changed, I must say.
Why didn't you answer my telegrams?
Oh, Martha, there's your temper again.
Answer me and don't bother me about my temper.
I was moving around a great deal. You know, I think it'll throw a very revealing light on the state of the new theatre when I tell you that the Lyceum in Rochester now has a toilet backstage.
To hell with the toilet in Rochester. Where were you?
Moving around, I tell you.
What difference does it all make now?
Karen is quite right. Let bygones be bygones. As I was saying, there's an effete something in the theatre now, and that accounts for...
Isn't she wonderful? Why did you refuse to come back here and testify for us?
Why, Martha, I didn't refuse to come back at all. That's the wrong way to look at it. I was on a tour. That's a moral obligation, you know. Now don't let's talk about unpleasant things anymore. I'll go up and unpack a few things. Tomorrow's plenty of time to get my trunk.
Things have changed here, you know.
She doesn't know. She expected to walk right up to a comfortable fire and sit down, and she very carefully waited until the whole thing was over. Listen, Karen Wright and Martha Dobley brought a libel suit against a woman called Tilford because her grandchild had accused them of having what the judge called sinful sexual knowledge of one another.
Mrs. Mortar holds up her hand in protest and Martha laughs.
Don't like that, do you? Well, a great part of the defense's case was based on remarks made by Lily Mortar, actress in the toilets of Rochester, against her niece, Martha. And a greater part of the defense's case rested on the telling fact that Mrs. Mortar would not appear in court to deny or explain those remarks. Mrs. Mortar had a moral obligation to the theatre. As you probably read in the newspapers, we lost the case.
Well, I didn't think of it that way, Martha. It couldn't have done any good for all of us to get mixed up in that unpleasant notoriety. But now that you've explained it, why, I do see it your way, and I'm sorry I didn't come back. But now that I'm here, I'm going to stand shoulder to shoulder with you. I know what you've gone through, but the body and heart do recover, you know. I'll be here walking right along with you and...
There's an 8 o'clock train. Get on it.
Martha.
You come back to pick the bones dry. Well, there aren't even bones anymore. There's nothing here for you.
How can you talk to me like that?
Because I hate you. I've always hated you.
God will punish you for that.
He's been doing all right.
When you wish to apologize, I will be temporarily in my room.
Starts to exit, almost bumps into Karin, steps back with dignity. Yeah, carry on, Pranjal.
How do you?
Look who's here. A little late, aren't you?
So it's you. Now I call that loyal. A lot of men wouldn't still be here. They would have felt...
Get out of here.
Sorry.
That's a good one.
Sorry.
Get out of here.
I'll call you when it's time for your train.
Now, what do you think about Anna?
God knows.
I know. She was broke.
Don't let her worry you this time. We'll give her some money and get rid of her. Been out today, darling?
We started to go out.
Feel alright?
Karen leans over to kiss him. Almost imperceptibly, he pulls back. You see, that's the immediate intuitive reaction that he doesn't want a kiss. But he is a gentleman. He won't let them down in public. But he recoils in horror. Okay.
Why did you do that?
Karen.
To what?
Draw back that way.
Laughs, kisses her.
If we sit around here much longer, we'll all be packs. I sold my place today to Foster.
You did what?
We're getting married this week. Then we're going away, all three of us.
You can't leave here. I won't have you do this for me. What about the hospital and...
Shut up, darling. It's all fixed. We're going to Vienna and we're going quick. Fisher wrote that I can have my old place back.
No, I'm not going to let you.
It's already done. Fisher can't pay me much, but it'll be enough for the three of us. Plenty if we leave cheap.
That's really linguistics at work.
I couldn't go with you, Joe.
Laughing fit, huh? Most of you are having laughing fits.
Nonsense, Martha. We're all going. We're going to have fun again.
You don't want to go back to Vienna.
No.
Then why?
Look, I don't want to go to Vienna. I'd rather have stayed here. But then you don't want to go to Vienna. You'd rather have stayed here. Well, to hell with that. You can't stay here. And Vienna offers enough to eat and sleep and drink beer. Now don't object anymore. Please don't. Alright?
All right.
I can't go. It's better for all of us if I don't.
Not now. You stay with us now. Later on if you want it done. Alright?
Alright.
Sven, I'll buy you good coffee cakes and take you both. Isle for honeymoon.
Martha picking up grocery box. She starts for door.
A big coffee cake with a lot of raisins. It'd be nice to like something again.
I'll be going back with a pretty girl who belongs to me. I'll show you all over the place. Dr.
Angel Heart.
Angel Heart. And the nurse at the desk and to the fat gal in the cake shop. The last time I saw him was in the railway station. He took me back of the baggage car. Joseph, he said, you'll be a good doctor. I will trust you to cut up my mina. But you're not a great doctor and you never will be. Go back to where you were born and take care of your sick. Leave the fancy work to others. I came home.
You'll be coming home again someday.
No, let's not talk about it. You'll need some clothes.
A few. Oh, your Dr. Fisher was so right. This is where you belong.
I need an overcoat and a suit. You'll need a lot of things. Heavy things. It's cold there now. Much colder than you'd expect.
I've done this to you. I've taken you away from everything you want.
But it's lovely in the mountains. And that's where we'll go for a month.
They've done it. They've taken away every chance we had. Everything we wanted. Everything we were going to be.
And we've got to stop talking like that.
Takes her by the shoulder.
We've got a chance, but it's just one chance. And if we miss it, we're done for. It means that we've got to start putting the whole business behind us now. What you've done, and that's that.
What I've done?
Okay, we stop here because what you have done is that this is a very telling remark.
Yeah.
It seems like there is a tinge of suspicion in his mind. Okay, what is done, let's forget it.